there or anything like that, but it appears as though your ego is hacked. Is that what I'm understanding?
It's more than that. It's been a separate issue was done prior to me getting a job at Uber, and the person lures me to different areas that are remote, that are very scary. And when I get to the location, they cut the Wi-Fi off, they cut the data off on the phone, and I'm just out there in the middle of nowhere. So the last time this happened was yesterday. It happened to an area on Murfreesboro Road. I got to the area, they cut off everything in the car. I called, there was no visual whatsoever. I called ADT. First of all, it's entirely too much in the event of an emergency to get in touch with y'all. If you have to swipe, you have to wait. That's entirely too much when you're in fear of your life. So I did all of that, got ADT on the phone. As soon as the person hears me calling you, they cancel the ride. But the rides are to remote areas or to wooded areas or to locations where even if you're in the central city, you just won't feel safe. So I record the rides, I record the screen of what it's doing. It's going to it's like two different voices talk on the app. It's like the person is not really at the location where I'm being lured to, that, and I'm looking for the address, and the person just either will not be there or start messaging that they're somewhere else. But either way, it's just too many different things to describe at one time. And this has been going on since March the 6th. On March the 6th, I was sent to a location and my tire got cut, and y'all didn't do anything about that. And that was at another remote location, another bad address, and my tires got cut. So I feel, in a nutshell, that the person is using your app to try to kidnap me. And I feel that I don't have any control over my locations, where I'm going. I'm doing practically the same rides every day. I'm not doing typical Uber rides. I have stated that before. And I feel that every time I make a complaint to you guys about what's happening to me, it just gets worse. So I really don't want to say too much, because it doesn't seem like any time, and when I've made the reports before, it doesn't seem like anything has been done. In fact, the last time I called and told you guys about it, my very next ride was in the middle of the woods. And it was a white man that got in the car and said, you know what I do for a living? I put people in the ground. I dig graves all day long. And that was immediately after your phone call. So, and he was in a location where ADT said, I don't know why you were brought here. There are no homes in this area, and it was a highly wooded area. And the man just walked out of the woods and said he puts people in ground for a living, and that he digs graves and buries people all day. And that was the very next ride following my complaint with you. So I don't think that y'all are really taking it serious. I'm just reporting it because I just want someone to know what's going on with my account, that I feel that the person is maliciously sabotaging my rides. I don't get my ratings. I've done over 1,000 rides. I'm a great Uber driver, and everyone tells me that I do great, and I only have 483 ratings, but I get emails saying that you have 700 ratings, and none of these ratings are showing in my app. And I personally talked to a guy day before yesterday, and he said, I'm giving you 5 stars right now. And I said, do you mind if I see you do that? Because I never get these ratings. And I recorded that ride. He rated me in front of my face, and it did not come to my app at all. And so I feel that I'm not able to move to the next level. This is my full-time job. It's not like I could just log off and be like, forget Uber, I'm going to work. This is my full-time job. And I just feel that I'm having so many issues, and I would just like someone to look into what is going on, because
give a date. When did you say this had happened? Sometime in around May, early May?
No, this happened just the other day. Let me get the location and the information to the ride that had happened in the date and time. It was in Springfield, and it was, let me see. I think it could have been maybe, let me see, today. I'm trying to think of the day, but I think it was probably maybe Friday. I'm looking for the exact person. Hold on. Okay, while I'm looking for this, what else did you want to say?
You also mentioned earlier, I guess, towards the beginning of May, that you've been getting a trip from a very specific account that you recognize that takes you to remote locations and cuts off your vehicle.
It doesn't, it's not like a specific person. What happens is I'll get a ride to go to a location, and at least once a day or once every other day, and my cameras will go off and there's like no visual to the ride. I'll have issues with my devices. For in the example, as if I was going to be kidnapped, there will be no trace of where I went. There's no physical address. It'll just say 5th and Broadway, or turn this street and turn left, and there's no names, there's no nothing, and there's not a physical location, and the person that is either there or supposed to be there is not the person on the app, and the people are booking over Wi-Fi. And so there's no trace exactly to who the person is that I'm where I'm going. And then it's not in the app either.
Is there any particular trip that you're able to recall with a specific name where this type of thing had happened?
Yes, I'm really trying to find the grave digger, and I don't know why it shouldn't be that far back, because I just did it. It went to Springfield, and I literally just did it. And I don't know, probably because we're on the phone and I'm thinking about it. I probably should just look at my app. But yesterday, actually day before yesterday, it did it to the trip. And the trip was, let me see.
The day before yesterday was the 19th.
The day before yesterday, it was, because I did the ride to Hendersonville, and it came right after that. So let me find that one first. And okay, so your first one that went to the location that is the grave digger is going to be on May the 14th, 2026, and that was at 10:12 a.m. and it was for $17, and I had to call ADT, and ADT said, I got the screen recording from that. She said this was not, I definitely should not have been brought to that location. There was not a home in that location, and that she could see from the view that something was definitely wrong. And it was the man was telling me to come into the woods, and he even messaged me in the app to say that. And he even told me when he got in the car, he said, when you get into the woods, I hope you know it was, if you would have came in there, it's a sign that says, I would turn around if I was you. He said, yeah, no one brings me groceries or anything. I'm kind of used to it. And he was like, because I live in an area and some people find it pretty scary, so they don't come up there. And it's in the middle of the woods. It's nobody around him. You can't see anything or nothing. And he was telling me to come on up in the woods, but I wouldn't do it. And so when I called ADT on the phone, she told me there was no house in the woods. So I don't know what was going to happen had I followed his directions, but this happened immediately after I called you and told you that I felt that I was being threatened and that someone was using your app to put a kidnapping plot together, and that I had a reasonable level. I didn't feel safe at all, and so I called ADT. And then ADT said there was no one that they were going to call you guys to make a report. And so then once ADT said that, here comes the man, because they don't want to get reported. So then they just show up. But then when he got in the car and ADT got off the phone, he said, yeah, guess what I do for a living? He said, all I do is put people in the ground all day long. Yep, I'm the last one you're going to see before you go out of here. And then he just kept talking about that. So I changed the subject because I didn't want him to feel as if he was going to make me feel any kind of way, because that's what bullies do. And so I said, so you said you got 7 kids, and I just kept the conversation professional. He went to another off-the-road wooded area that was one wooded place to the next. It was only him and I on the road for the most part, a car every now and again. It took me all back roads with this man that kept saying that. And I did not feel comfortable. So then right after that, we go into the next one that is sent me to a location, and everything went off in the car. And when I called ADT or pressed the button for ADT, here comes the person. Now all of a sudden they don't need the ride. But now I'm out here in the wooded area, and there's no ride. And so and it's not even in the app. And so I called Uber about that, and nothing happened about that either. Then yesterday, the very same thing happened again near Murfreesboro Road. Same thing, lured to the location, not a person. Everything goes out, and then as soon as I press the button for help, the rider doesn't need a ride no more. Today, very same thing. Call the person, going to the location, everything goes out on the car. I'm calling ADT. Now the person doesn't need to ride no more. But today, they said your rider canceled for lack of progress. No, the rider canceled because I called for help. If I'm not going to be able to record the ride and I'm going into a wooded area, I feel that the best and safest thing for me to do is call you guys and have you sit in on the ride to know where I am. And if that's not happening, then I'm not going to do the ride, because I'm not going to put myself in fear or in jeopardy to get a ride from a person, And then my IP address is also changing on the device to show that it's hacked and that the person is doing this. And that is another thing. I've taken screenshots of that. Somewhere else that I am completely not when these rides are taking place. And I feel that that is the biggest physical evidence that I have to show that someone is doing this to me. And it's really I did I sent in whatever he asked me to send in on March the 6th when my tires got cut. And do anything. They didn't do anything about that. They didn't even ring him.
Your tires got cut on May 6th. That's another thing that I kind of want to get a little clarification on. How
wherever they came from. The name did not match the I'm so over it. I'm so over it.
.net. Hear this information again. Press 9. To continue and open a prepaid Advanced Connect account, press 1. To hear about our other account options, press 2. Thank you for choosing to set up an Advanced Connect account. We will now go through our account terms and this account. You may accept these terms and conditions and proceed to the next step by pressing the 1 key at any time. There is no credit check and no fee to open this account. You'll need to put money into your account to receive calls. A minimum funding amount may apply to payments made over the phone or on the web. The minimum funding amount does not apply to payments made by mail or using your online banking service through your bank. Applicable government taxes are in addition to the rates for calling services. The components used to calculate these taxes could change from time to time. You may add multiple phone numbers to your account to ensure you receive calls. Phone numbers associated with an Advanced Connect account may receive calls if there is adequate funds on the Advanced Connect account to cover the cost of the call. An Advanced Connect account owner will be held responsible for charges associated with all telephone numbers added to the account, which includes amounts to recover taxes if applicable. You may receive a low balance courtesy call if your account balance drops below $10. You may also receive other special notices regarding your account. You may set up online account access to view your calling activity or to put money in your account. If you want to close your account and request a refund of any remaining balance, you may do so within 180 days after the last call you received. Please note this does not apply to Alaska and TDCJ. If you wish to read the full Advanced Connect account terms and conditions, please see our terms and conditions located at securitech.net. Or if you have questions, you may speak with a customer service representative. To hear this information again, press 9. To access your account, you need to create a 4-digit security passcode. Please enter a 4-digit number that you will be able to remember for this account. That was 0852. If that is correct, press 1. To enter a different number, press thank you. You have successfully created a passcode. It's a good idea to jot it down somewhere so that you'll have it every time you need to access your account. Now I need you to provide your name. Please keep in mind that background noise will make it very difficult for me to understand you. Do not use a speakerphone and speak clearly. I did a lookup on your phone number and it returned the first name, Alyssa, spelled A-L-Y-S-S-A. If this is your first name, press 1. Otherwise, press 2. Please spell out the letters of your first name.
CRYSTAL.
Okay, so is your first name Christelle, spelled CRYSTAL?
No.
Number, press thank you. You have successfully created a passcode. For all other products, press 3. Let's begin. I've found an account for the phone number you're calling from. To use this account, press 1. To fund an Windows 7 account, press 2.
And I saw on the site, I
Great. I have seen that phone number. 10930028229. Have a previous account. If you remember the zip code and passcode for this account and would like to reopen it, press 1. If you're not aware of this account or don't remember the zip code and passcode, press 2 to set up a new account. No problem. Let's set up your new account now. To receive phone calls from a Texas Department of Criminal Justice inmate or facility, you must complete the phone registration process at texasprisonphone.com. For all others, our prepaid Advanced Connect account ensures you can talk with your loved one and puts you in control of your spending. Plus, you can add multiple phone numbers to your account so you can be reached wherever you are. When you put money into your account, the money is used to pay for calls you receive. And when your account balance gets low, you can call me back anytime to add money or visit us at www.securitech.net. To hear this information again, press 9. To continue and open a prepaid Advanced Connect account, press 1. To hear about our other account options, press 2. Thank you for choosing to set up an Advanced Connect account. We will now go through our account terms and conditions for this account. You may accept these terms and conditions and proceed to the next step by pressing the 1 key at any time. There is no credit check and no fee to open this account. You'll need to put money into your account to receive calls. A minimum funding amount may apply to payments made over the phone or on the web. The minimum funding amount does not apply to payments made by mail or using your online banking service through your bank. Applicable government taxes are in addition to the rates for calling services. The components used to calculate these taxes could change from time to time. You may add multiple phone numbers to your account to ensure you receive calls. Phone numbers associated with an Advanced Connect account may receive calls if there is adequate funds on the Advanced Connect account to cover the cost of the call. An Advanced Connect account owner will be held responsible for charges associated with all telephone numbers added to the account, which includes amounts to recover taxes if applicable. You may receive a low balance courtesy call if your account balance drops below $10. You may also receive other special notices regarding your account. You may set up online account access to view your calling activity or to put money in your account. If you want to close your account and request a refund of any remaining balance, you may do so within 180 days after the last call you received. Please note this does not apply to Alaska and TDCJ. If you wish to read the full Advanced Connect account terms and conditions, please see our terms and conditions located at securitech.net. Or if you have questions, you may speak with a customer service representative. To hear this information again, press 9. To access your account, you need to create a 4-digit security passcode. Please enter a 4-digit number that you will be able to remember for this account. That was 0852. If that is correct, press 1. To enter a different number, press thank you. You have successfully created a passcode. It's a good idea to jot it down somewhere so that you'll have it every time you need to access your account. Now I need you to provide your name. Please keep in mind that background noise will make it very difficult for me to understand you. Do not use a speakerphone and speak clearly. I did a lookup on your phone number and it returned the first name, Alyssa, spelled A-L-Y-S-S-A. If this is your first name, press 1. Otherwise, press 2. Please spell out the letters of your first name.
CRYSTAL.
Okay, so is your first name Christelle, spelled CRYSTAL?
No.
Sorry about that. Please try again. Please spell out the letters of your first name.
CRYSTAL.
Okay, so is your first name Crystal, spelled CRYSCAL?
No.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble. Let's try one letter at a time. What is the first letter in your first name?
C.
I didn't understand that. Please only speak a single letter. What is the first letter in your first name?
C.
Was that E as in echo?
No.
Sorry about that. Please try again. What is the first letter in your first name?
C.
I didn't understand that. Please only speak a single letter. What is the first letter in your first name? I didn't understand that. Please only speak a single letter. What is the first letter in your first name? Sorry, I didn't catch that. What is the first letter in your first name?
C.
Was that A as in alpha?
Yes.
What is the next letter in your first name? Or press pound if that was the last letter. Okay, now let's move on to your last name. The lookup on your phone number also returns the last name. Cortez. Spelled Cortez. If this is your last name, press 1. Otherwise, press 2. Please spell out the letters of your last name. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Please spell out the letters of your last name. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble. Let's try one letter at a time. What is the first letter in your last name? Sorry, I didn't catch that. What is the first letter in your last name? Sorry, I didn't catch